Good morning, dear students of class 12. Welcome to the English online learning class. Today we are going to further continue with revision of A Thing of Beauty by John Keats, line-wise explanation. The poem A Thing of Beauty is an extract from his long-based poem Endymion, a poetic romance. And this poem is based on a Greek legend in which Endymion, a beautiful young shepherd and poet who lived on Mount Latmus, had a vision of Cynthia, the moon goddess. The enchanted youth resolved to seek her out and wandered away through the forest and down under the sea. This poem, A Thing of Beauty, is an extract from Keats' poem Endymion. In this poem, John Keats depicts that a thing of beauty is a joy forever. A joy even in the mirth of diseases, sufferings, disappointments of life. This joy of beauty comes to men through his senses. He is so excited by the beauty of the external world that therefore he have wonderful and delightful experiences. The trees, flowers, streams, mountains, sun and moon are all the objects of beauty and they provide joy forever. Now let us look into the line-wise explanation of the poem. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. A thing of beauty provides eternal and everlasting joy. It leaves an indelible imprint on our minds and will relive the joyful experiences whenever we think about it. Its loveliness increases. The joy multiplies with every beautiful thought. The loveliness of a beautiful thing increases manyfold each time we visualize it, we see it. It will never pass into nothingness. The joy a beautiful thing provides is eternal, immortal. The imprint it leaves on our mind is indelible. Its loveliness never fades away or dies. It is not subject to death, decay, or destruction, but will keep a bower quiet for us. The poet feels that a thing of beauty can never fade into nothingness. It will store for us a quiet bower full of sweet dreams. Just like a tired traveler taking rest under the shade of a tree gets physical, mental, or even spiritual solace, rest. This is the impact of a beautiful thing on a human mind. Beauty will provide us with peaceful and serene experiences. Bower is a shade under a tree, a pleasant shade under a tree, shelter, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. The joy beauty gives us is akin to the joy of a blissful sleep full of pleasant experiences. Beautiful sights act like nutrition for relaxing us. Peaceful and serene experiences will be enjoyed. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth. Life on the earth would be painful without beauty around us. The poet feels that every morning we weave a wreath of flowers which bind us to the earth and makes us live our life. It is giving a message to us to live in harmony, spite of despondence. Life is a struggle where man often suffers pain and loss of hope. The expression refers to the sufferings and hopelessness of man, which he experiences at various junctures of life, of the inhuman dearth of noble natures. Man is selfish, self-centered. There are few noble people who have risen above their petty differences, shown magnanimity and generosity. The poet laments, "Oh, this earth, there is surely a dearth, a shortage of noble souls." Of the gloomy days, again, like poet is pessimistic here. Life is a struggle for success, cutthroat competition. Our path towards success gets abstracted by the deceit and selfishness of our colleague. We become sad and gloomy. when we have bad experiences in our lives. Of all the unhealthy and overdarkened ways for our searching, the unhealthy, overdarkened, corrupt, evil ways refers to the trials and tribulations in this journey of life. Lots of faith and disappointment are the result of our own making. Loss of faith. Here it is loss of faith. When we lose faith and we are disappointed, they are the result of our own making. Beautiful things make life worthwhile as they lift the veil of gloom, the cover of gloom, finding way for optimism and hope. So, in this loss of faith and disappointment, beautiful thing, they act as savior and they remove the veil, the cover of sadness, and they give us optimism and hope. Yet, in spite of all, the expression refers to all the pessimistic and negative thoughts that obstruct our way to happiness. In spite of feelings of hopelessness and gloom, we are able to find our happiness in the beautiful objects of nature. Now here, poet starts giving some examples. Some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. Moves away the pall from our dark spirits. The pall is a covering like a shroud on a corpse, on a dead body. Beauty in any shape or form helps in driving away the sadness and despair of our life. Beauty gives joy and happiness to the human heart and takes away sadness and gloom. Now he gives examples, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, even simple objects of nature show beauty at its best. Now here, the poet is giving some examples. We can appreciate simple and serene beauty in the sun, moon, trees. Beauties of nature have on an elixir of life. He's saying they act as an elixir of life. Trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. The poet says trees, whether young or old, they are a symbol of protection. Trees protect us from heat, intensive light of the sun, rain. They bless us with shade. Sheep stands for symbol of innocence and serene beauty. Innocent creatures. The poet has made specific reference to the sheep as symbols of divine beauty. Jesus Christ was a shepherd, his sheep, his followers. His followers. Now, such are the daffodils with the green world they live in. Meadows, pastures, they are beautiful and they support life. True joy and happiness can be enjoyed by looking at the daffodils in these lush green meadows and pastures. Clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make against the hot season. Clear rills refers to rivers and streams. Their beautiful sight giving a cooling effect, cooling covert, which provides respite in the summers. The mid-forest brake, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk blooms, rose blooms. The poet enjoys nature's beauty in a thick forest undergrowth. The mid-forest is brimming with blooming musk rose, the fragrance of the musk rose. Now, after describing the objects of nature, the poet moves on and he finds beauty in the grandeur of the domes also. And such too is the grandeur of the domes. Growth and decay march hand in hand. They are two vital aspects of life. The poet sees beauty in decay and death of these beautiful things. History the lessons of history, the rise and fall of empires. The lines beautifully bring to light contrasting aspects of life, growth, and decay. We have imagined for the mighty dead. The mighty dead refers to the great warriors who glorified death by embracing it. Their sacrifices have been recorded in history. The poet feels that beauty is not linked to birth and growth, that can also be seen in magnificent death, the sacrifices, the stories, the all lovely tales we have heard or read. Great men leave an everlasting source of motivation to all those who read or hear about them. A glorified and magnificent far past is never forgotten. It gets recorded in the leaves, in the pages of history. An endless fountain of immortal drink, beauty in all respects, whether in growth or decay, is a perennial source of motivation. It is like an endless fountain whose drinks give strength and motivates us, pouring onto us from the heaven spring. Beauty pours upon us from the heaven. It's a blessing of God. It's a divine gift. It is eternal and everlasting. It's an unending source of joy and happiness. So with this, we come to an end of this line-wise explanation of the poem, A Thing of Beauty. Watch it, write down the points in your notebooks, and if you have any query, you can post it in your Google Classroom or WhatsApp group. Thank you.